Hey, how's everybody doing today? What I'm talking about today is soldiers of the revolution. We need mental soldiers, spiritual soldiers, physical soldiers, financial soldiers, soldiers for the revolution. Okay? What I need black people to do is stay out of church. Stay off that religion. Get your head right. They're coming after us. They're not playing. It's a spiritual war. It's a physical war. Don't you want to be free? I want to be free. Okay? What we call freedom isn't freedom. Okay? What we call freedom is not freedom. So, we need soldiers for this revolutionary war. Okay? We need to get our finances up. You know, we need to start getting together financial clubs and investing so we can get our money up. We're going to need physical soldiers. Anybody that's been in the armed services who knows about war and weapons, we encourage you. We need you. We need strategies. We need to know how to protect ourselves. We need to boycott. How long has most black people been saying this? You know what I'm saying? We have these pagan holidays that we follow behind. We spend all our money in this economy who doesn't like us. Spending our money with stores and shops who doesn't like us, doesn't support us. So what we have to do is learn how to be independent on our own. Well, the first thing we can do, people, black people, my people who I love and I want to see win, is boycott. How hard can it be? You know, you save your money. Your kids don't need Christmas toys. They really don't. They need love and affection, education. They need to be militant. You need to be militant. Okay? Boycott. We need to boycott these holidays. We're spending too much money in a society who doesn't love us, doesn't respect us, and doesn't want us. Okay? So, we're going to have to do something different. Boycotting. 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 Okay? We don't have to buy turkey and dressing. I mean, I know we like to eat. But we don't have to do that. And I understand black people celebrating these holidays are a whole lot different than white people. We celebrate it because we have a day off. It's a time to get together with your family. It's a time to get together with your friends. So our outlook on it is a whole lot different. I understand that. But we're going to have to start looking at it through the eyes of a black man and a black woman. We need reparations. Okay? We need reparations. We need our own land. But we're not going to accomplish anything because we're not doing anything. It's like we're giving them permission to continue to treat us the way they're treating us. Like we don't care. I care about you. I care about myself and my family. Okay? We don't need to be in this situation, but it's going to take a collective to get us up out of that. Okay? We have to let these people know that we're not playing. Now, do we have the firepower to physically go out there and fight? No, I don't expect us to go out there and physically fight. Okay? But we have the financial power. Okay? We can easily start financial clubs. Okay? To build up our income, to build up our money. We can boycott, and that money that you're saving from boycotting holidays, it can be put into the fund, the investment fund. You know, we're not thinking. A lot of people just don't see what's going on, and a lot of people see what's going on, but they don't care. We need a code of conduct for black people. We have too many race traders, too many coons out here. They're dangerous. You know, we're all over the place. We have coons, we have coonettes, we have swirlers. We have people who are awake. We have people who are conscious. We have people who are asleep. We have people in a coma. I mean, what the hell? Nobody is on code. We need a black code of conduct that we all follow. And if you're not on code, we're not going to deal with you. And as far as supporting black on black businesses, buying black, I'm all for it. Okay? And if you have a physical business, then you have to be in there giving good customer service, because a lot of black people all over the country complains of what? The customer service. Because we all have these attitudes. We don't need them attitudes. We need to treat people like we want them to come into our business and shop black. We have to start having more of a professional attitude about what we're doing. And as far as this revolution, yeah, you have to get your mind right. Because, see, long as your mind is tied to church, long as your mind is tied to all these worldly possessions that we do not need, long as your mind is tied to television and all the negative imagery that's on there that you are subliminally taking in, even though you don't understand it or know it, we need to get rid of all that. You know what I'm saying? We need to concentrate on building the black nation. We need to concentrate on homeschooling our black children. We need to concentrate on black men loving themselves and black women loving themselves, so we can have healthy relationships to produce more black children. We don't need to be against each other. Black man, black woman is not your enemy. Okay? It may seem like it, but we've always been there. We've always had your back. Okay? Black woman, the black man is not your enemy. We have problems on both sides. It's no need in me pointing the finger at men, because I understand the system. It's no need in the black man pointing his finger at a black woman, because he should understand the system. And if you don't, get educated on the system, so that way you can understand the system and you can take that anger and put it into the revolution. Okay, we need soldiers. We need you to break their mental chains of slavery, because long as you have their mental chains on your mind of slavery, you're never going to be free. And how you going to help us with the revolution? What about your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren? Do you really want to leave this world the way it is for them? Don't you want it better for yourself? Listen, we need soldiers. We need to get your head right. Get your head right. We need you to educate yourself. We need you to look around and see what's going on with all this white dominance. Okay, we see what they're doing in the NFL. And since Trump has been elected to run around the office and be a buffoon, all this hatred and racism has been running amok and rampant. They feel so emboldened to just say anything and do anything they want to do. And we're okay with it. No, we need a code. We need to have a revolution. And the only way we're going to get from where we are now into the revolution is to get our heads right. You have to break white daddy mental slavery. White people don't like us. They don't like you black people. They don't give a damn about you. And their main objective, if they cannot subjugate you, is to exterminate you. Okay? So we have to get this together. Stay out the white man's bed, black woman. Stay out the white woman's bed, black man. They're not here for your revolution. They have a total different reality. Okay? They're not worried about their loved ones getting shot in the street. They're not worried about over-incarceration of white people. They're not worried about not being able to get a job because they're being discriminated against. They're not worried about getting in their car, being afraid they may get stopped and never coming home to their children. They're not worried about Flint, Michigan water, because them people purposely and intentionally did that to that water, poisoned that water. And them people in Flint, Michigan, the babies are coming out autistic. Women are dying at childbirth. Come on now, they're doing things to us. We have to be aware and see our enemy. And you laying up with this person, or this species, I should say, them species, the Homo sapiens, you laying up with a Homo sapien isn't helping us. Okay? Stay out them Homo sapiens beds. Matter of fact, black people, stay out their way. You know what I'm saying? Find like-minded people. You have to have a good spirit. You have to have a good mind. You have to vibrate on high frequencies. You have to love yourself. Stop having such low self-worth. Do you think you would have been created to put here if you were nothing? Everything has a purpose. A paper towel has a purpose. Okay? You have a purpose. What it is, I don't know. But you are worth a far more than what you think you're worth. And let me tell you something. It's no prize when you go bed hopping with your enemy. Once we get on code, we're not going to tolerate that. It's just easy for you guys to get away with at this time because we have no code of conduct. We don't have any type of code that we're going to hold you accountable. So, we need you to break the mental chains of slavery. Begin to educate yourself. Get your spirit right. Because, see, if you have a cloudy, dirty spirit, of course you're not going to know what's going on around you because you don't have that spirit guide to guide you to tell you what's going on. And if you do know and you don't care, we need to get rid of you too. Coons, coonettes, anybody who is not for the revolution, there's a code. We're going to come up with a code. Eventually it's going to be a code and we're going to hold you guys to it. You know, anybody that's been in the service, how come you're not offering your help? You see what's going on. We know we cannot physically get out here and win the war. They have far more weapons than we do. But we have a lot of very creative children, a lot of very creative men and women. We can create some weapons. You know, it's not like if they can create it and we're more intelligent than they are, we can create some weapons. But before we do that, we have to get on code. So how come we just can't boycott? That sounds good to me. We don't need Thanksgiving. How come you just can't make a hamburger and french fries? You eat regular all year anyway. Why go out there and spend $80, $90, $100, $150? For what? For what? Christmas time. Your kids don't need no toys. The kids don't need, that's a pagan holiday. You know, read, educate your mind, free your spirit. You know, want to be a better black person, want to join the revolution, want to account for something, want to have something going on besides not a damn thing and you don't care. We have to care about ourselves. We have to care about what's going on within our race. We have to care about what's going on in our community. How are we going to preach separation when we can't even get a boycott going on? How are we going to preach revolution when we can't even get a boycott going on? There are simple things, people, that we can do to make an impact. You mess with their money, we have the bargaining chip. But we're never going to have a bargaining chip if we're not trying to do anything to get the bargaining chip. We need soldiers for the revolution. We need people who are ready to boycott. You know, we know marching doesn't work. I'm not going to go out there and march and do what? Because the same problem that was existing before I marched, more than likely is going to be the same problem that's existing after I march. And all this marching for Meek Mills, how come them people out there marching for Meek Mills can't put the same time and energy in boycott? How come them same people marching for Meek Mills can't get together and start an investment club? How come them people out there taking their time and effort marching for Meek Mills is not out there demanding something better for us? We will come together in numbers, in droves, for the most foolish thing. But you ask the same people out there marching for Meek Mills to boycott, and you might get shot because they act like they just have to give their money to the white establishment. We need to learn. If we have a black neighborhood, don't let foreigners come in here and open up a bodega or a corner store. If we have a black neighborhood or predominantly black neighborhood, don't let no Koreans come in there and open up a hair store. We have to learn how to be protective over what's ours. And we're not doing that. And then when they want to come and regentrify, we complain. But if you see that house is vacant and you see that your neighborhood is not the way it was when you moved in, That's when you go to your neighbors and you all pool your money together and you buy that house to make sure they can't gentrify your neighborhood. But do we think that? No, it's every man for himself. Now, what did they say? Together we stand, divided we fall. We're divided. Some people want to be Hebrew. Do I consider myself a Hebrew? Yes. But am I going around like, oh, I'm a Hebrew? No, because that means nothing if I'm in this establishment. Some people want to be indigenous. Some people want to be this, we can't even, decide on what we're going to be. You want to be a Hotep. Then you want to be, a Israelite. Then you want to be a Hebrew. We can't even decide who we are. So we're worried about things that's not going to help us. I can be a Hotep, a Muslim, a Christian. I can claim whatever I want to claim. But guess what? After I claim it, I'm still in the same position. So we need to start like the Bible says. Now, I'm not a Christian, but it does say put foolish stuff down. You have to put childish stuff down and grow up. We need to get on code. Out there protesting for Meek Mills, cool. But how come them same people are not coming up with the plan for the revolution? How come them same people ain't out there, protesting boycott? You out there protesting for this man, but you ain't protesting for your family. Him getting out is not going to free the black people. Him not going to jail is not going to do a damn thing for you. So we have to stop playing and doing foolish stuff. Because them same people could have been out there like say, we're going to boycott. We're going to boycott Thanksgiving. We're going to boycott Christmas. We're going to boycott first of the year. We're going to boycott, Valentine's Day. These holidays are just made for us because they know that we spend a lot of money. So they just keep advertising all these holidays because they know us, black folks, will take their last dime and go give it to the white establishment, then come home and complain that they're broke. When you could have kept that money and invested it, or kept that money and did something else with it. But black folks, we need a code. You know what I'm saying? We need a code. There's too much going on for us not to have a code. Do you really want to live this way? Do you really want this for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your lineage? Do you really want to leave the world? You're okay with leaving the world like this for the next generation? These species that's running around, they're not even human. They're Homo sapiens. Okay? They have like rhesus macaque monkey blood, the Neanderthal DNA. They have lice in their hair. And this is who you letting run the country? They born with tails. They used to live in the cave. And this is who you letting run the country. We need to take our rights. We were born with them. Nobody can sit there and say, oh, I'm taking your rights. They did, and we let them. And we're still letting them. We're too busy out there marching to let Meek Mills free instead of marching, talking about boycotting. We really ain't doing the right thing. We need soldiers for the revolution. We need people who are going to homeschool children to teach them the right thing. We need mothers to be mothers and learn how to love your children and properly take care of your children. All this hyper-aggression coming from females. You are a woman. You're supposed to be soft and lovely. Don't get me wrong. I understand where your aggression comes from. But it's time to put that away. You are a woman. You are a lady. You don't need that extra aggression. Men, listen. What can I say about you guys? We have hyper-aggressive women, and then we have hyper-feminine men. Come on now. The women are taking on the roles because the men aren't standing up to the plate. And I'm not knocking you. I'm not pointing the finger. I'm just pointing out a fact. We have too many feminine men. And I'm not saying gay men. Men who are not gay, but they don't have a strong mental, manly mind. That's what we need. We need black men to go ahead and stand up. Black men, we keep saying this. What are you waiting for? Slavery, literally? To stand up? To lead your people? Really? Come on now. We need to start with the basics. Let's just boycott. We have a choice. We don't have to put up with this. We're putting up with this because we so choose. Not because it's written in law that we have to. We choose this. We choose to sit around and complain and not do anything. You see what the problem is, but we don't want to come up with a solution that's going to solve the problem and work the solution all the way through. We want everything to be easy. Newsflash, honey. It's not going to be easy. Nothing since we've been here has been easy for us. So if you think breaking these chains are going to be easy, no, breaking these chains are not going to be easy. Coming up out of all this shit we're in, it's not going to be easy. We're black. Nothing comes easy. Everything we ever had and got here in this land, we had to work for. So, newsflash, for freedom, we're going to have to work for that too. Okay? And it starts with the black man. You are the leader. First it's the man. Then it's the woman. Then it's the children. Women and children can't lead the revolution, make it work, and win. We can't. We can assist with the revolution. We can try to motivate black men into the revolution. But women and children, come on now. We can't do it. We know it and you know it. So, all I'm calling for right now is soldiers of the revolution. People who are willing to boycott this up and coming holiday. Because you claim to be indigenous, but then you go out there and spend up all your money to celebrate the Homo sapiens killing off humans. And you'll cook dinner, invite people over, sit there, say a prayer, and eat good, and not even consider what you're doing. What are you doing? I am buying food, spending money, cooking, preparing, inviting people over so we can sit there and say a prayer and celebrate the mass slaughter of the indigenous people. Okay? No, we need to start boycotting. That's a start. We'll work our way up the ladder, but right now we have to start with something easy, and it just seems like it's almost impossible to get a black person to keep their money in their pocket. So, how are we going to get ahead? We're not. So, I'm calling for a boycott of all the holidays, all of them. We don't need them. We can make up our own holidays. We don't have to celebrate their holidays. If holidays is just that important to black folks, we'll make up some. Hell, it doesn't have to be theirs. We have Memorial Day. That was started by black people. We can celebrate that. Wait until May. That'd be the only holiday we'll celebrate. Because that is our holiday, and we did start it. And like usual, the Homo sapiens, of course, came and stole it, and here we go. But the rest of them holidays we didn't create. They're not our holidays. So I'm calling for a boycott, national boycott. Talk to your family and your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, whoever you have to talk to. Tell them. Boycott. It shouldn't be hard for black people to be able to keep their money in their pocket. It's not hard. You just stay home and don't spend your money. We need soldiers. We're never going to get anywhere without soldiers. Okay? We all have to be soldiers of the revolution. We're all responsible. We just need black men to lead it. But we're all responsible. I'm responsible. That's why I'm making this video. If you see this video, you're responsible. Black people, this is our life. This is our